ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம். Welcome everyone for the first interactive discussion session for our SrIvaishNava Sampradhaya Parichaya program. It has been more than a week since we have started. We've gone through quite a few videos already, and it's great to see the response from many of the viewers, like all of you, who have been giving good feedback and enjoying the sessions. Our intention is to facilitate proper and systematic study of our sampradayam. At least the basics need to be understood by everyone. When we say basics, it should go up to Artha Panchakam, because Artha Panchakam is the most important aspect of Shastram, which we all have to compulsorily understand and arrange our life according to this knowledge about Artha Panchakam. We have to know Jivatma Swarupam, who we are, Paramatma Swarupam, who is Bhagavan, Phala Swarupam or Upeya Swarupam, what is the objective for us, what is the goal for us, Upaya Swarupam, what is the means, what is the process to attain that goal, and finally Virodhi Swarupam, what are the obstacles, what are the hurdles in accomplishing that goal. So this Artha Panchakam is very, very important for all of us to understand. Keeping that in our mind, we will go through first the foundational videos which talk about our Sampradaya basics, and then having a deeper understanding about our Guru Parampara. This is the first step. We have to know some of the basics of our Dharma and our Sampradaya, and then we have to know about the Acharyas. Because when we look at the lives of our Acharyas, we will understand a lot of practical aspects based on their own instructions and conduct. So understanding the Guru Parampara is very, very important. So we are going to continue on in this lecture series, going through number of lectures on the topic of Guru Parampara. Once that is done, then we will get into the real basics. Now these are very basics, and then we will get into the real basics such as Artha Panchakam, and then we'll focus on understanding Rahasya Trayam. These are some of the topics which are very, very important for us to understand. So we'll focus on those as we go forward. As of now, we are having more than 100 participants in our group, but only about 20 or 30 are actively responding to our queries. That is fine. But we would like everyone to interact and respond and share their understandings, share their questions, doubts, and get them clarified, and make use of the program fully. If there are any specific doubts or questions, those can be posted in our Q&A group, and we'll give the answers as best as possible, as early as possible, through that group itself, through text message or through videos. So make use of that Q&A group and get your doubts clarified. Apart from that, we thought of having this fortnightly discussion where we can go into some of the topics and get our doubts clarified. If there is more we can do from our side to help in this process of education about our SrIvaishNava sampradhAya, we can do that. So for that, if you have any feedback, if you have any suggestions, you can feel free to share those. So let's see if anyone wants to share any suggestions or feedback, or if any one of you have any questions, you can ask those questions as well. So please unmute and speak if you are having any questions or suggestions or doubts. Does anyone have anything to share? You can feel free and share your thoughts.
Again, Swamy.
Yeah.
Ravi here from Bangalore. Swamy, it is not, more of question, Swamy, not a doubt or anything. Yes, I understood the forward path, how you plan to take these discussions. One more thing, Swamy, will we also be focusing on Divya Prabandham at some point in time, or how is it, Swamy?
Yeah, sure. Certainly, we'll focus on number of different aspects. We have to get a very good understanding about our Guru Parampara. That is our most important first step. And then Divya Prabandhams are our lifeline, basically. So we have to understand Divya Prabandhams. We have to learn Divya Prabandhams first. Every one of us have to learn Divya Prabandhams. Now, many of you don't know Tamil language, but still we can learn Divya Prabandham, because in our website and in our YouTube channel, we've got a lot of Divya Prabandham Santai recordings. Over the past 7 years or so, we've done a lot of Prabandhams in Santai method, and that is a traditional learning method. So we have done that. We have done that over the past 7 years, and all the recordings are available. So we would devise a plan, we would devise a program where those who are interested can start learning using those recordings. So that will be the first step from the Divya Prabandham perspective. And then as we go along, we can learn the meanings of Divya Prabandhams as well. We again have a lot of translations for a lot of the Divya Prabandhams in our koil.org website. Almost we've got more than 3,000 pasurams translation, that is detailed commentary translation in English in our website. So that can be made use by everyone. While we are learning the pasurams, we can also learn the meanings. Deeper insights can be attained by going through the meanings. So we will be planning for a program to encourage everyone to learn Divya Prabandham and their meanings. And also, as Adian informed in the beginning, we'll be focusing on some of the essential Rahasya Granthams, which are very, very important for every one of us to understand and start practicing those principles in our life as best as possible as well. So for that, we will have again some sessions and some programs and some follow-up sessions like this. So it all depends on how fast we are making progress and how keen everyone is. That is, those who are keen to learn, how keen they are. Depending on that, we will definitely accommodate many different approaches to share this knowledge. Now, in our Divya Prabandham side, we don't have a lot of lectures in English. We have a lot of translations, writings, but lectures are very little. So if there is sufficient interest and some sufficient participation, in the future, we'll try to do maybe once a week or so, we can have specific topics from Divya Prabandham and have lectures on them in English. For example, we can have a brief introduction to each of the Divya Prabandhams, like Tirupalandu on one day, Kannujiruthambu on another day. So maybe for an hour or so, we can explain that particular Prabandham in English and give an overview. And subsequently, more details could be acquired by going through the translations. So we can give introduction for each of the Prabandham and each of the works of Alvars. So we can plan different programs.
Swamy, one more follow-up question, Swamy, with this I'll close.
Sure.
I'm seeing a lot of catalogs in our coil.org, Prabhu,
Right.
Swamy. In that, is it like we need to order and it will be dispatched through postal, right? So well, my question is, can we start sharing those catalogs to our different friends group so that they will also be able to take benefits for me?
Certainly. See, we have published a number of books. In fact, we have published more books in English than any other language. We probably have the highest number of English books in publication, in print, from our sampradhAya perspective. So we will be more than happy to share those books to everyone, because the whole objective is to reach out to as many people as possible with these books. Books are always handy. They help a lot, and they reach very remote corners through sharing and distribution and gifting and so on. So certainly it will be great if everyone can help in sharing our catalogs, our website on the books, publications, and so on. So please feel free to do that, and yeah, that will be of great help.
Adiyan Bhushan Ramanujadasan Swamy from Hyderabad.
Adiyan Ramanujadasan.
Yeah. First of all, I want to humbly thank you for doing these sessions. They are very helpful, very educative, especially for people like me. Okay. So I just wanted to thank you for doing these sessions for me.
Thank you for.
We are ever grateful to you for doing those.
Thank you for participating actively, and it's all Acharya Kripa and efforts of many Bhagavatas which have gone into this website and YouTube channel and so on. Now we are seeing the result of collective effort of many Bhagavatas over the past 12 years or so.
Yes, Swamy. Especially the coil.org is very informative, very good material for every Vaishnava to follow or anyone who is interested. One quick question, Swamy, from my side. Okay. So first question is, how long these sessions will go on for the duration? And second thing is, because I am from Telugu background, from Hyderabad. Okay. So is there any, I saw one pronunciation guide, the Tamil letters, how to pronounce there is a guide in PDF format, but is there any audio, especially some of the words I knew already, but I just wanted to be very sure that I'm pronouncing it correctly, the Tamil letters. Right. Is there any audios specific audio in the portal, Swami, the website?
We have audios for pasurams. For example, pasurams recital we have done, and we have kept some of those audios in our website, and also some of them are available as videos with the text as well in the YouTube channel, in our YouTube channel. But we don't have any specific audios for each of the words which we are using, but that may be a good idea. We will consider making a pronunciation guide, audio or a video, so that it's easy for people to just listen to that and understand exactly what we are saying.
Dhanyosmi, Swami. Thank you very much for that.
Sure. As far as the sessions, see, in our sampradayam, learning is a very, very continuous process. It goes on as long as we exist, basically. Now, there are certain topics which are very, very important for all of us to understand. So we have to cover those topics immediately and as soon as possible, and in a continuous and consistent manner. So this may go on for at least a couple of years initially, where we go through a cycle of certain important granthams, some prabandhams, some stotrams, and so on, apart from the philosophy aspect. And so this initial basic portion itself will go on for a couple of years. After that, depending on the interest, one can take up more study and more time in doing deeper study of our sampradayam with a lot of our existing resources. We have one good thing is we have almost all of the Divya Prabandhams translated now. We've got all of the major Rahasya Granthams already translated now. So these are the most important wealth for us. So when we have these, we can spend years together studying our sampradayam and mastering it and understanding the principles very deeply and profoundly. And also the other objective is, whenever we do these programs, first objective is we have to get very good at our sampradayam. We have to become very strong in the philosophical aspects and practices, know what we should do, when we should do, those kind of things. And also, we have to put them into practice. Whatever we learn, whatever philosophical aspect we learn, we have to put them into practice. And some of them, when it comes to practicing these principles, they are very, very difficult, especially for those who are completely into city life and commitment in office and family for more than 10 hours or 12 hours a day. So for those people, it's very difficult to challenge to change their lifestyle. But it has to happen progressively, step by step. We have to take baby steps and have a target of 4 or 5 years to ensure that we change our lifestyle, because we cannot live like totally materialistic people. We have to become very, very simple and reduce our needs and wants a lot, and then have service attitude, how we can serve sampradayam, how we can serve Bhagavan, Bhagavatas, Acharyas. So we have to be open for that, because without a huge volunteer force, our sampradayam will not grow and thrive. any sampradayam for that matter. When we look at many sampradayams, many institutions, they all grow by the volunteers. How many are full-time volunteers? How many are spending more of their time into that particular institution? So depending on those factors only, an institution grows. So similarly for Sampradayam also, that is very much required. We need more and more Bhagavatas, devotees who are willing to serve for the Sampradayam without any selfish interest, without any expectation for name, fame, praises, and so on. So when we have such community attitude, community feeling, where we can dedicate our life for the Sampradayam, that will bring in a lot of change for the next generation. We are happy, we go to temple now, we do some pasrams, reciting and learning some principles and so on. But will our next generation have the same opportunity? Will they have the same environment? Already there is a lot of change happening in the world where everything is becoming materialistic. There is a lot of money-mindedness, competition, always having the craving to be at the top, uh, to be materially popular and famous, and so many things are happening. So when these kind of pressures build up, will our next generation be able to sustain that? Are we giving them sufficient mental strength? Are we giving them sufficient opportunities to prepare themselves to resist external influences? So we have to think about those things. For that, we have to transform, first of all. So whoever is in this age group of 30 to 40, 45, there must be some clarity on a transition plan where we can slowly shift our focus from career and materialistic goals into a peaceful, devotional life, which brings meaning to others, especially our own family members, our own children, our own friends and neighbors, where when they see us, they must feel that, okay, this is the life we want to have. So that kind of inspiration we should bring to people. So for that, we go back to where we started. So we learn all of these and then we put into practice. So when we put into practice, we'll face lots of challenges. And then with the help of these literature, scriptures, and Purvacharya's lives, conduct, and current day guides, inspirations, and we can make progress, and you through baby steps we can also transform our life, first of all. And then once we do that, we'll automatically inspire others to um, go through the same transformation process, and will uh, inspire others in that effort, and they'll also have someone to look up to. So that something is the ultimate stage. First we learn, and then we practice, and then we inspire others. So for this to happen, the learning has to continuously happen, and it should be consistent, and there should be a lot of introspection. We usually see what others are doing, but if at all we are looking at what others are doing, it must be those others who are inspirational to us, those who are leading by example. So only those people we should be looking at, and we should be observing, and we should be trying to follow. We should not worry, or we should not bother about looking at anyone else, whoever it may be, making tons of money, making big fame or whatever it is. There is no point looking at them, because if we keep looking at them, we will get into the same trap. And hence, we have to look at people who are peaceful and people who are able to inspire others and be a role model. So, in spiritual aspects, not materialistic aspects. So this should be a continuous process, and it should go on forever. Because for us, in spiritual progress, sky is the limit. In fact, sky is not the limit. Even more than that, we have to keep growing.
That's right, Swami. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Any other questions or thoughts? Any improvements needed in our approach? Does anyone have any suggestions on that?
Again, Ravi, Swami.
No.
Again.
Yeah.
Swami, improvement per se, yes. This particular thing, what we have now taken up is a very basic approach, and it's kind of baby step that we have taken. Yes, at this moment, I do not have any much of suggestions with respect to the format or the content. But I was just thinking, Swami, since you mentioned about the services, will we also be getting some kind of a Kainkariam opportunities in any of the Divya Desams or Abhimanasthalam, which is it planned, Swami, in the near future?
That's a very good question, actually. Because one thing is we learn, and then the other thing is we have to also serve. And service is of 2-3 types. Basically, one is serving physically in Divideshams, Abhimanasthalams, and so on. We'll plan for such opportunities in the future. We had one yatra to Melkot, Tirunaranapuram, couple of months ago, where we all gathered together and we did some basic anushtanams and all that together. So in the future, we'll plan such yatras where we can also engage in some Kainkariams together as a Goshti. There are also Kainkariams which are more pressing, which is to spread the message, basically, which is to provide opportunity for everyone to learn our sampradayam. Everyone, in the sense that, first of all, those who are already in our sampradayam, because many who are already in there, a big percentage, are unaware of even the basics. There are some fortunate ones who are able to get some basic knowledge from the family background and from the elders in the family, or through some connection with some scholars, or those who are engaged in this kind of discussions and so on. But there are many who are totally disconnected from the sampradayam. After getting panchasamskaram, they just go away and they are on their own, and they don't look back or look into the sampradayam aspects. They are so engrossed into learning, like school education or college education, and then once they graduate, then they look for work opportunities, job opportunities, and then they go into the job, and then they start working 10 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours days, and then they become very tired and they just want to relax and enjoy. This is the normal lifestyle of many individuals, and even Sri Vaishnava families, they are getting into this routine only nowadays. So we have to work hard to reach out to people and share that there are some valuable insights in our sampradayam, which will help our own self in becoming more natural towards devotion, be peaceful at all times, rather than having to always be under pressure and under tension and all that. So we have to bring awareness about our sampradayam principles to as many people as possible. And that's a very important criteria. And that is what we are trying to do in our coil.org also. So certainly anyone who is willing to help in our pracharam activities, they are more than welcome. So anyone is interested, they can just send me a message saying, hey, I'm willing to do some pracharam related activities whenever possible. There is no particular strict routine or anything as of now. We just do everything based on volunteering from devotees, Bhagavatas. So if anyone is interested, certainly they can contact us. And then there is the other aspect of being in the ground whenever there is certain needs, whether it is for other SrIvaishNavas, temples, or activities, events, programs which we do. So those kind of need-based occasional kainkariams. So these are different varieties of kainkariams. Certainly, Adian will keep everyone informed about the opportunities in kainkariams. Already, some of you are in this sessions, some of you are participating in our kainkariam activities, but more people can definitely join in our kainkariams and participate and be helpful for a lot more people. So definitely there will be kainkariam opportunities.
Dear Swamy, Srimati Ramanujaya Namaha, under
Um,
regulation. First
There's
of
a
all, Aryan
question
is very
about
happy.
okay, there is a question. Let's see. How to build strong strength to come totally out from bad habits, which is now common these days. I think we have addressed this a couple of times in our past discussions also. We have to resist basically, and we have to resist any temptation to engage in any of the um, bad habits, illicit things. Due to peer pressure, it may come about, especially for youngsters, teenagers. It's very, very easy to get trapped. But we have to resist. We have to look at our elders, parents, see how much they are trying to help us and educate us and settle us down in a very nice way. We should not be doing injustice to them by going down wrong paths and becoming a burden for the society as well as parents. And even we will start hating ourselves if we engage in bad habits and become addicted to any of such bad habits. So it has to come from the basic understanding that if we go and do something wrong, we'll be insulted. Second, yeah, if you go in the wrong path, then we lose our respect, we lose our dignity, and so on. So we have to be very, very careful not to engage in such activities. And by studying our sampradhAya literature. For example, things like Divya Prabandham, Bhagavad Gita, and so on. We will understand what is the truth and how we should live our life and so on. So these will be very, very good guide for us. And of course, satsangam, being always engaged with devotees who are like-minded and who are focused on doing Kainkaryam and so on. So when we are engaged in such groups, there is less opportunity for us to slip and do mistakes. There will be some protection around us. Okay, I think this recording, this session will be over very shortly. So thank you all for joining. We will again meet in a couple of weeks. Alvare Berumanar Jiyar Thirudigade Sharanam, Jiyar Thirudigade Sharanam.
Dhanyavas, Swami.
Adi.
Again, Daniel.